without my trusty sidekick, Matt. He's had to work tonight. So, doing this solo dolo. We just finished 18.3. 18.3 was 4-time, 2 rounds of over 100 double unders, 20 overhead squats, 100 double unders, 12 ring muscle ups, 100 double unders, 20 dumbbell snatch, 100 double unders, 12 bar muscle ups. You had to do that within 14 minutes. If you don't finish, you just record how far you made it through. I made it into the ring muscle ups of the second round, and this workout was very, very hard, and it was way harder than I expected it to be. I really felt an upper body pump, so if you're looking for some cool Instagram photos post-workout, this is the one to do it. Get a good sweat, get a good pump, take pictures, feel good. The workout for me was totally about the double unders. I did break up my muscle ups both times into 2 sets, but every time I did muscle ups, I broke it into 2 sets, but it was mostly double unders. My arms really fatigued out, so if you are a good double under, this is your workout. Even if you have to break up muscle ups, if you're really good at double unders, you can really push through this workout pretty quickly. Whenever you're going, make sure that you set up your area, if possible, with quick transitions. I found that I needed to have that 1 or 2 steps before I went on the next thing. The double unders really jacked my heart rate up, so I needed a few seconds to kind of catch my breath. But other than that, I don't think transition time is going to be as big as a factor as it was in the last 2 workouts, but you do want to make quick transitions, take a quick breath, and then go through it. Anything that has nothing to do with gymnastics, so like the dumbbell snatch and the overhead squats, I would say try to hold on to those and try to do those unbroken. If you have to break them up, break them into 2 sets. When I break something into 2 sets, I always try to go more than halfway. So if I'm doing a set of 12 muscle ups, I do 7-5. I never do 6 and 6, because if I'm really tired and I struggle for 6, then I'm like, dang, I still have to do 6 more. So I always try to break it up a little bit more. So on the 20, if you were gonna break that, I would say get to 12 or 11, then drop it, and then try to finish off those 9 or 10 or 8 or 9 on that backside. All right, cool. So just wanted to touch on a couple of the movements, kind of maybe just demo a few and talk about what I think really helped me. I'll start with the overhead squat and the dumbbell snatch first. With the overhead squat, especially when I got into the second round, but maybe even for you in the first round, those double unders really taxed my shoulders. So for me, it was important that I kind of narrowed up my grip a little bit. That way I could kind of support it a little more over my body. So most of us maybe try to overhead squat with kind of a snatch grip. For me, that puts a little bit too much stress on my wrist. It kind of doesn't let me really shrug up into the bar. So I actually went with kind of a wide clean, got it to my shoulders, and then pressed it overhead to get more of a narrow position where I could stack it over my shoulders. Then when I got here with a little bit more narrow grip, I kind of pushed my head down forward. This isn't the best technique. You wouldn't hear me teaching this in class, but with a little bit more narrow grip, I had to get it over my heels. So I kind of ducked my head down a little bit, but I could really shrug up against the bar as I went down and up through my overhead squats. Okay, okay, that'd be my main tip for the overhead squat. For the dumbbell snatch, the new standard they put on the dumbbell snatch this year was that you had to come down in front of your face. When I was watching the update show, I saw a couple of the athletes get no reps because they weren't coming down to their face. So I tried to make sure that I was always coming down low enough each time. So after I locked it out, I would bring it to my shoulder and then kind of drop it to my other hand. That was the way that I did it to make sure that I didn't get no reps, because I was extremely tired when I made it to that point. But what I found was that as I came down, I flexed my bicep again, which kind of taxed my arms a little bit more. So when I moved on to the barbell or the bar muscle ups, I was a little more taxed than I expected to be. So maybe when you're going, before you do this, you practice and just get that timing down where when you switch, it's below eye level and you don't actually have to come to your shoulder like I did. But that's a good, safe way to make sure you're not gonna get no reps, because in this one, for me, missing double unders and getting no reps was really messing with my head, and I got frustrated really bad with the double under, and this wasn't helping when I realized that it was taxing my biceps a little bit more. So before you get going, practice switching below eye level. That way you don't run into the same problems that I did. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is the double under. The double under really taxed me, not only like physically but mentally. Counting double unders are hard, so I was really thankful for my judge. We were kind of off on some places that happens, So if you're like me and you miscount, make sure that you don't let that get to your head. I had quite an outburst during it, so don't be me. But when you're doing this, because it's so taxing on the shoulders, it's important that you stay relaxed whenever you're doing your jump rope. If you watch the update show, I noticed that Kyle was really tense when he was doing his double unders, and Neil was very relaxed. So when I was doing my double unders, I tried my best to stay really relaxed through my arms and flick with my wrist, but everything else taxed my biceps so much that literally that last set of double unders that I did, I couldn't feel my hands. It was just numb. I just kind of like knew the rope was in my hands, and I just went through the motions. So it got very difficult. So from the very beginning, relax the shoulders, keep the elbows down, keep the hands down, and try to flick with your wrists as much as you can. The more wrists, the better. If you're an elbow swinger, this is going to be a really tough workout for you, especially when you move on to another movement, because this is going to tax you big time. So relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, and use the wrists as much as you can. Okay, last little tidbit, the ring muscle up. This is where the majority of people's workouts, unfortunately, will come to an end. So I'm going to try to teach you as quick as I can how to get your first ring muscle up. Most people have bar muscle ups. Well, people that have muscle ups probably have bar muscle ups first. So I'm gonna try to teach a quick tip just to help you get up and over the rings. Most people have seen all the videos, all the turnover videos, but there's one thing that can help you turn over quickly, and that's the false grip. Probably everybody's heard it, talked about it, tried it. It's hard. So my suggestion is when you're trying to set this false grip, get a box on each side of the rings, and that way you can get your hands into the false grip. Then you don't really have to worry too much about what your kip looks like. You just have to get up high enough to where you can fall over the front of the rings. I believe the standard is you have to show full lockout at a hang position, meaning your elbow's locked out, but then from there you can kind of cut short the range of motion to get close to the rings and then use the momentum of your legs to carry you up, right? So everybody's probably seen nice, pretty muscle ups. I'm gonna show you what an ugly muscle up looks like, but maybe help you get your first muscle up, ring muscle up. So first thing I'm gonna do is set the false grip. So if this is my ring, I'm putting my wrist on top of the ring here, and then I'm gonna grab around. So that way when I turn over, my hand is already on top of the ring and I'm not like this, I'm here. From there, I'm gonna show a lockout, I'm gonna bend my elbows and get close to the rings, and then I'm gonna try to swing myself up, okay? So first thing, set the false grip, show a lockout. Now I'm gonna pull myself close, and then I'm gonna try to swing myself up and over. Okay, it doesn't have to be pretty, you just have to get over the rings. Show a full lockout with the false grip, get over the rings without letting your feet get higher than the rings. Show a complete lockout at the top, good to go. All right, final thing, just some last thoughts here. The workout was really fun. It was very taxing and got my heart rate up really fast from the very start. There's really no pacing. Double unders start you out right away, so don't be afraid to break up those double unders. Now, if you know you're not gonna make it to the muscle ups or get a muscle up, your goal is to get to that point as fast as you can, so there is no pacing. It's 100% go, right? Go, 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 go. My suggestion, if you're trying to get to that point quickly, and you mess up 3 or 4 times in your first 100, just stop, rest, and then restart again when you kind of recover from those double unders. If you get further into the workout, don't be afraid to break those double unders up. I was trying to break them up into like 35 and 40, didn't take a break. The overhead squats, all those things, pace them out so that way you can prepare yourself for double unders. Last thing for me is basically have fun, right? This is one that if you're trying to get your first muscle up, you can do this a couple of times to get to that point. So if you don't get it on the first try it again.